Ken Jones. I work for Turner Construction Company. I'm the general manager of our local office here, and I'm a father of an 8-year-old boy with autism, married to Leslie, and our son Cameron, and that's our family, and that's our connection. The recalibration period that you go through, where you change your brain from home runs at Little League games to maybe he'll say hi daddy someday. That's what the journey's all about, and I don't think you ever leave that journey. Every age, as Cameron's grown up and gotten older, and now he's 8, it's more pronounced with his peers. When they're all little kids, and he had a lot of little kids his age that he would play with, it was much less noticeable. But now as other kids around him are more aware of him, and you start to really see the divergence of what his friends are doing and what he's doing, it's just a constant recalibration. You know, he just started answering yes or no questions just this year, that was hitting a home run out of the park for me. You know, that was kind of where we had to get to. And that disappointment and joy at the same time is probably something that never goes away. At one point you're thrilled, and the other point you think, oh, you know. But that's I think what we signed up for when we have children with autism. So I don't know that that'll ever go away, you know. But keep working day at a time, you know. Your son can still exceed your expectations, and your child can still make you a better person and teach you things. You just gotta look in different places, probably, and that's the work. That's the work we do as parents. That's the work Leslie and I do as a couple, because you know it's always a challenge when you're together. You know, making sure that you're focused on Cameron and what he can do, and not what he's not able to do. I used to joke that there was up until recently it seemed like very few dads involved with the Autism Society. And the moms are just so passionately rooted in their child's growth and development. And as you know, these programs that your kids participate in are all consuming, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. And the dads are often off doing work stuff and show up at 5 o'clock and, hi honey, I'm home, how's it going? And you know, you get that look, and you know the look that when you get home that says that might not have been a good question to ask because they've been consumed by it. So as a dad, I have gotten to see, in addition to Leslie's work with Cam, other perspectives of moms and dads, and we've got some dads on the board with us now that have really helped quite a bit. When I look at the history of the Autism Society, we were the one-stop shop because it was a very rare disorder, and 1 in 10,000. So the amount of kids being diagnosed was probably in a manageable size, where one group, and gosh, those parents that worked that board years ago, my hat's off to them, because they really were the only place to go. So they did everything. And I think when we hit the 2000s, or at least when I joined, it appeared that the growth of the diagnosis was outpacing the ability of the society to meet all the new parents' needs. And there was frustration in the community, so there was groups popping up, a lot of grassroots effort to meet the needs of this growing, diagnosis. Now I think we've overcome that shock and awe of this fast rate of diagnosis. We know it's prevalent. So now the work can begin of how do we corral these resources and not try to recreate everything yourself, but leverage the good work that's already being done by these other groups. And there's support groups that have started up, there's therapy centers that have started up. That's all great stuff. And then the Autism Society doesn't have to recreate that, but we can point parents in the direction. This is a great event to not only celebrate the work of all the volunteers and parents and professionals that have supported families for 40 years, and believe me, my hat's off to them. They work their butts off. I'm not saying I'm one. I'm saying the folks that came before really did a fantastic job. This is a great thing that we're recognizing those folks that participated for all those years. I think it's a great time to turn the page and then look at the future now, because it is here. We all know about it. It's got the press we need. It's got the awareness. Now how do we corral resources? How do we collaborate? How do we work together to, one, support our kids today, support them as adults tomorrow, and then we also have to do the research to figure out what's going on for kids in the future.